Okay guys, welcome, and today we are making Guyanese style mango sour. This is very popular in Guyana and it's eaten with almost everything. Well, not everything because it'll be weird with curry, but either ways, you get what I'm saying. Which I shouldn't say that, but let's go. So for the sour, you're going to need some mangoes. I have two large mangoes here. Not sure the type of mangoes they are. I just know they're from Brazil. But you can use any type of mangoes in this, but what you want is either full mangoes or green mangoes. You do not want nothing that's ripe. So if you look at this, if you can squeeze it and it mushes, that means it is too ripe. So you can see this is still very hard and firm, so we'll need something like this. I have 2 heaped tablespoons of green seasoning, which I will have the recipe up for that, but it is basically a blend of garlic, onion, thyme, bell peppers or sweet peppers, seasoning peppers, spring onions, regular onions, ginger, thyme. I have basically a mix of fresh chili, so you can use chili of your choice. If you do not want a lot of heat, take out these seeds, but this is a mix of bird pepper, wiri pepper, and Scotch bonnet pepper. But this is for personal use, so I'm making it a bit spicy. I have about 2 cloves of fresh garlic, 1 tablespoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of garam masala, and 1 teaspoon of cumin, ground cumin or Geera, and 3 tablespoons of sugar. So basically what we are trying to do here is kind of have a balance between the sweet, so sweet from the mango, and the sugar, with a balance of salt and a bit of spiciness from the chili. Depending on the mango you use and their stage of ripeness, it will have a bit of sourness to it, which is also what we want. So it's going to be a balance of sour and sweet with a bit of salt and a bit of heat. But what you're going to have to do is, when doing this recipe, this is something that you kind of build upon, because depending on the mango you use, some have a higher sugar content, so you will need to obviously taste it and see. So if it's something that's tastes extremely sweet and you need a bit of sour, then optional to this recipe, you can add a bit of lime juice or lemon juice or a bit of white vinegar to the recipe. And also we are going to need some water. So this is about 1 liter of water, or 2.5 pints. No, well, 1.5, a bit more than 1.5 pints. Clearly I'm going to need more because of how much mangoes I have. Just depending, so this is like 2 large mangoes, but depending on the mangoes in which you have and how big they are, because I live in the UK, so we get them in a range of different sizes, and obviously it's like Mother Nature, so no 2 mangoes are equal. So, and what you're also going to need is a large pot, because for a sour, you need to basically boil this. So it's not kind of like, because I've seen a lot of recipes where people have tried to like blend this, but to get that authentic sour recipe, you need to basically boil it. So what I'm gonna do is just add everything to my pot. I'm just gonna add the mangoes, and I've kept the seed because a lot of people, they do like the seeds in their sour. Some people like to have the seeds so they can basically, suck on the seed. I don't know. So that's what we're doing now. So I'm just gonna dump the salt. I know it may seem like a lot of salt, but I do have a lot of mango here, and I am adding quite a bit of sugar to balance it out. So I'm just adding everything. So it's like a let's dump it recipe. So that's the sugar, the ground, just to let you know, cumin is very strong in taste, and garam masala also. So you can add a bit less, and just bear in mind the more you add, it'll also affect the color. So the more you add, it'll be browner in color, and you will also have a stronger taste. So that's the garlic, the green seasoning, and the chilies. And now what we're going to do is just pour our water into the pot, because basically you want to have enough water to cover the mango. So clear, you can see I'm gonna need another liter, so about 2 liters or a liter and a half I'm gonna use in this recipe. So I'm just gonna add a bit more water and then show you and let you know what we do from there. Okay, so I've added about 2 liters of water, and then now I'm just gonna stir everything in together. Make sure none of the spices are on the side and everything. You can just see that. And now what we're basically gonna do is just put this on to boil, because we want to, and then when it reach to a boil, a rapid boil, you can just turn the stove down and allow this to simmer. And we want the mango to become very tender, and we're just gonna do that. So might be depending on your stove. I'm using an electric stove, so I'm just gonna crank it up at 6 to bring it to a boil. So just depending on the mango also, in the greenness and how green or how ripe it is. It'll depend on the boiling time, and I'll show you what we do next when it gets to that tender stage. So I'm just gonna put the lid on, and then we just turn it on and let it go. Okay, so now we're back. I've changed pots so you guys can have a better look at what's going on. So now that it's been simmering for a while, you can see that the mango pieces are super tender, that you can crush them. So if I was to take a fork like this, they crush very easily. So that is what you want. And I did forget to let you guys know before, I add quite a bit of water to mine because I do not like mine very thick. But if you'd prefer one with a much thicker consistency, you can add less water. Or even if you think you've added a bit too much water, the more that it cooks, you allow it to cook down, it'll thicken up anyway. So you can just allow it to just continue to boil down until the water just evaporates. So now what you're going to do is you are going to get a potato masher and just mash the mango pieces, or you can always use the back of a spoon and just mash it, but it's a lot quicker with a potato masher. So you just do this with the potato masher, and we're just mashing those pieces. And when this is all mashed, you're gonna see it is a lot thicker in consistency. And at this stage, you're gonna taste it. And when you taste it, you're gonna adjust it to basically your taste and your liking. So if you would like a bit more kick, a bit more chili to it, you can add a bit more fresh chilies, or you can use hot sauce or pepper sauce. But now, as you can see, I've allowed that to boil on, and now that I'm mashing this, the consistency is a lot thicker. I'm leaving the seeds in, but I'm not really crushing those to get off all of the mango off of it. But you can do, and they'll still have lots of flavor. Some people love the seeds. And this is something that we eat a lot of in Guyana with different kind of street foods. So with your pylori, your chicken foot, your barras, your plantain chips, and the list goes on and on with what you can have this with. So now all of that is mashed. Just gonna clean this off. Now just give this a good stir. And if you look at that, you can see how much thicker it is. And it's not too runny. And it's not too thick. So this is a consistency in which I like. So it makes it easier for pouring. And, well, it stretches the mango. But you can just let this go a lot further and cook. You can see the red chili. If you can see the small specks of garlic and everything just combined, the green seasoning. And now we taste just to see if anything else is needed. And that is perfect. And for me, this is perfect. So I'll just take this off now and allow it to cool. And then I'll just put it in a jar and then I'll let you guys see what it's like when it's cooled. And that's it for now. Okay, so now that it's cooled, I've basically placed it into a glass jar. So now you can see the consistency. It's a lot thicker now that it's cooled down. So this is the consistency I like it. So it's not too runny and it's not too thick. But like I said previously, if you want it a lot thicker, you can use a lot less liquid or just allow it to cook down a bit more to reduce the amount of liquid in it. So this can be kept in the fridge. It can keep from 2 weeks up to a month depending on your refrigerator. And you can enjoy this with either doubles, pyloris, fish cakes, chicken, Guyanese style chicken foot, and a lot more. You can eat it with food and stuff. It is very multifunctional. So I hope you guys enjoy this recipe. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.